Oh, this is a BBC World. No, sorry, it's not. No. Hi, I'm Stefan from Sharp Thinker, and we are going to walk you through making the Bluetooth speaker kit. Now, in front of me here on the table are the bits you get in the kit, and then some other bits you'll need to complete the kit. Some of them are a bit optional. I usually like to have a knife on hand, and my good, really proper scissors, but any scissors will do. Details. Okay, so look at the wood. Now, I've laid this out. The wood has an inside and an outside. Like this one there is the charging port. Okay, now I've laid that. This is the back of the speaker. And then this side of the speaker has two holes. This one doesn't. Okay, then there's these slots. This is the face of the speaker. This doesn't matter, it can go any way. And then this one. So I've actually laid this how it will kind of fold together. This helps that when you go to put it together that you don't put glue on the wrong side and then go, oh whoops, that's a disaster. So I'm just going to move these now because we're going to put this together later, but I'm going to move them and keep them like this. First thing is we're going to make the battery box, which is from this. So I'm going to pop out all the bits from this. Some of these bits, that bit there isn't for the battery box, that goes my other bits. This is laid out, so these are the bits of the battery box that I'm going to put together. Now again, just like the speaker, I've laid it out how it goes together. These bits are going to go here. These bits are not to do with this, they're with the speaker box, so I'm going to put these together, put them with those bits. There's some little bits kind of easy to drop, fall on the floor and run away, as little bits seem to be able to do. So, first of all, we're going to make the ends. So, we're going to need our 3 springs and 3 long silver screws. There's a couple of different flavours of screws in this kit, and make sure you get the right ones in the right place, because particularly the black ones will be a disaster. They don't conduct. They've got a special non-conductive coating on the outside, and you won't be a happy camper if you make your battery box with them. Anyway, you're not going to do that. So use these lovely silver ones. Now, we've got to make the ends first, and we're going to strip some wire to do that too. I'm just going to move this stuff off to one side so it's not confusing. And we'll start with this end. So, I'm going to use some of the really nice silicone wire. Now, you can cut this with pretty much anything, and I'm just going to use this as a gauge so you can kind of see how long I'm cutting it. If in doubt, cut a bit on the long side. So I'm going to go pow. Now I'm going to strip the ends of this. This is lovely silicone wire which is soft, and you can just strip it with your nails. The trick is to pinch between your nails and just pull. Bob's your uncle. And then once you've done it, hold on to the wires and then spin this wire in your hands, and it twists those wires up really nice and neatly. You see that? Okay, so I've sort of randomly stripped this, and you saw I gauged it against that to give you an idea of how big it is. I'm going to just do another gauge. You can see it's as wide as my finger there, longer. Your finger might be smaller or bigger. Now, I've stripped, you can kind of see about how much I've stripped relative to my finger, and I'm going to choose the longer of the two. And then take that and poke it through the end. Bingo. Then I'll put this in here. Bend it over and spin it. You see that? That's really firmly on there. It still moves around a little bit, but that will make a really good connection, because the next bit we put this over the top. Just like that. And you can see that's really well in there. Okay, on that side. At the other end, this takes a little bit of skill. I can see there's a tiny strand of wire that's poked up. Just going to gently straighten that out. And then after lining up the centre hole so I can see through, I'm going to push that through there. And manage to push the wire in a little bit so it looks nice. Okay, now pull. Now you can see that's in there. And I'm just going to give that a bend over and take one of our screws, our lovely silver long screws, just to double down on that point because it is important. And then I'm going to screw that in. And as you know, metal to metal conducts. So that screw is being pushed really tightly against that wire there, and it's going to make a really good connection. So now I'm screwing it and it's coming into this hole here. So just make sure that that is actually happening, and you can kind of tell if it's in the right place because this should all line up here. These should all line up. It shouldn't be wonking off to one side. And it shouldn't be too hard to screw it in either. Okay, and now I'm just going to exaggerate. So let's say you just did it in and it's wonky like that. Then you just twist it till it's nice and straight. Just make sure it's straight on the bottom here and here, okay? Now this bit here we don't need. So I'll use my good old manly scissors and off it goes. Okay. Important detail time. So I've set this like it's the battery box. Now we know thread this wire through. It needs to come out here. So it's going to be the opposite side of that spring. See, those 3 prongs are down, 2 prongs are up, 2 prongs are up. There's the spring. There's the middle spring that you've just made on this side. And then I'm going to poke the wire through so it's on the opposite side of that spring, on the same side to that hole.